Hello and welcome to another special Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. Not with me as always is FHM producer Jeff because he's been working on the game. If you missed last night's stream, you'll know that we're currently working hard on a new build for public release, and I am currently playing the current beta build, so you might see some things that are a little bit different. If issue happens, that could be why. But right now, we're focused on our new season with the 2018-2019 Florida Panthers. We have drastically reshaped the Florida Panthers, and that's the only way I can explain what we've done. Starting off, we tried desperately, just to recap kind of our last one, we tried desperately to get John Tavares to come, but he ended up signing in Toronto. We did, however, get John Carlson to help shore up our defense. We also brought back stream favorite Sergei Mozikin from the KHL, has come to join Florida. We also did some signings, bringing in Oliver Borkstrand. We brought in Pavel Datsuk, Jason Dixon, Glenn Galwin. We traded away James Reimer because we brought in Tristan Jarry as well as Eric Comrie to kind of shore up some of our goaltending. We'll go over more about that in a minute. We also brought in Lucas Wallmark, Brad Morrison, Ben Harper. Again, here Eric Comrie signed on July 6th. We made a trade, picking up a third-round pick for Mark Prusk. Just continuing. And looking, another trade, picked up a third-round pick for a guy. We've signed Nando Eggenberger, who was in the Swiss under-18 league. We brought him over and we sent him down to the CHL. We also did descend and brought back Jared McCann. We sent Andrew Kopp down. We also picked up on waivers goalie Oliver Rodrigue, who was a Vancouver Canucks pick, who they decided after having a look at him that they were going to cut ties with him. We picked him up just to give us another goaltending prospect. He's currently back in the QMJHL. So, what does our team actually look like? Well, I just need to make a little note here first of all, because that's what I like to do. And I keep a piece of paper around for that reason. So I want to look at Wallmark and Morrison. And who was the other one? There was one more guy. Godwin. And we'll look at Dixon too. So part of the reason why we picked Florida is because they were having... they don't have a lot of depth. We've reorganized that depth, and you can see. So our goaltending now has Roberto Luongo as our number one at 39 years old. We have Tristan Jarry and Eric Comrie actually kind of going to battle it out for who is going to be our number two goalie. Both are 1.5-star talent. Jarry is a 3-star potential. Comrie is currently 2.5. He could easily still make that. They're both 23 years old. They could end up being our stopgap goalies for the future or become somebody who we trade. We also have Samuel Montrembault with Springfield in the AHL. Played in 52 games last year, was 22 and 26, 5 shutouts, 894 save percentage. Not very good, but our AHL team last year was not very good. We also have a draft pick from this past year, which is, I'm not even sure how to say that name correctly, Justice Anun, something like that, who's a Finnish goaltending prospect. He's 6'3", so he's a big guy. We're not really going to touch him. We're just going to let him develop over in Finland, kind of see where he's at. Further to that now, you can see we actually had the first overall pick, so we got Rasmus Dahlin. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to come to North America right now, so he's going to keep improving in the Swedish league, which is actually okay. Gives us a little bit of breathing room right now. We picked up Calvin DeHaan last year, but he's coming in slotting in kind of as that number 3-4 defensive pairing where we want him. although he might be playing first line, I'm not really sure. We have John Carlson to back up Aaron Ekblad, which is good, gives us a little more defense. We have Mike Matheson, Mark Borwitzky. We traded for Jake Bean, who's probably going to be on the team this year. He's only 1.5 star talent, but that's probably good enough. Ian McCoshen is down with the Springfield team. Gustav Olofsson is a guy we picked up on waivers. Big, tall defenseman we picked up from Minnesota. We'll kind of see where he fits. Connor Carrick, another guy we got on waivers, will be kind of up and down. And we just got a little bit of depth, which is something we needed. Looking at forwards, you can see we don't have a lot of right wingers right now, but we have lots and lots of left wingers and lots of centers. So one of the things I wanted to look at was, okay, so Godwin is in fact a right winger. You can see he's 21 years old. We signed him basically as a free agent out of the WHL. He had 55 points in 69 games. That's good. I'm just going to change his position to being right wing, because I want to see him there and kind of hope he's there. But if he's not, whatever. We also have Lucas Wallmark, who again, another 1.5 star guy, played in the AHL, another right winger. I just want to see, just gonna try and change his position to right wing. And Morrison and Dixon are the other two. Brad Morrison, he is a center. Doesn't have very much right wing potential. But he just hasn't played there. Come on, where'd he go? Man, oh, he's on left wing there. Okay, weird. Jason Dixon. And, was it Lucas Wallmark? Was that who we were looking? Was the other one? So he's an assistant captain. So basically, we took our minor league team, which only had 1.5 star type guys for the most part, and we gave a little bit of hope there. A couple other things, we restacked for the draft. So we have a first, a second, 2/3, 2/4, a fifth, 3/6, and 2/7 in this next draft. So we do have some picks, which maybe we will use depending on how the year kind of goes. We're going to keep an eye on that. So let's look at Springfield's roster before we go anywhere else. So Yvonne Cormier has showed up in Springfield. He was picked by New Jersey and got transferred on a 1-year deal by Springfield. We do not have an ECHL team, so he will just end up on the reserve list eventually. But I actually did not know he was there, so that's okay. We got another goaltending prospect who we could eventually sign ourselves, but we still have some guys. As you can see now, again, we don't have a lot of high potential guys, but we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys now, 5 guys who are 2.5 to 3 star potential, and a handful of 2-star potential guys. So there is hope for us for the future. You also notice there's quite a few players listed as Springfield. Our roster is sitting right now at 25, so we still have a few more guys to send down. Starting with our goaltending. So actually, I'm going to even scratch Luongo and just put in Comrie. We're going to let them battle it out and see where we get to. Connor Carrick is going to sit out, as is Olofsson. Jared McCann, who we actually brought back despite not having a great year because we might end up trading him. He's on 1.66, so not a terrible deal. You can see here our salary cap now is just around 70.3 million, so we still got a little bit of flexibility in there. And as you might notice, our potential is significantly higher than it was last year. We went from kind of 1.5, 2-star guys. Now we're at 2, 2.5, 3-star guys. There is still some half-star guys, like for instance Gustav Olsson. We will probably end up sending him down, but there is a chance, excuse me, that an injury might change that, and we end up holding on to him. Looking at our strategy, actually before we go anywhere else, let's look at our tactics. We have changed significantly. We now have some playmakers. Our defensive tactic at 1-3-1 forecheck, we are full on it. It doesn't make a lot of sense for us to change that. But maybe on the offense, we go, okay, is there something else that would maybe work a little bit better for us? We have some guys who skate with Mozik and Datsuk. Tippett should be able to skate as well. And Huberdeau. You can notice that if you hover over guys, you can see line chemistry a little bit now with new players. We were staying in your lane because we were not great, and I'm just wondering if we should change a little bit, maybe to a different tactic. We're still young. So why don't we try the flexible triangle? And you know what? That's still not enough. Let's try just the dump and chase method. Dump and chase? Just let me think about this for a second. An offensive zone that relies on dumping the puck deep into the defensive zone that attempts to recover and create scoring chance. Requires at least one forward who can outmuscle defenders to the puck. We have Mozik and Tippett. I'm not really thrilled on that. Let's go back and look here. You know what? Maybe we will stick with stay in your lane. Let's stick with stay in your lane for right now. I kind of like that. But what tactic we are going to change is our power play. We were playing the overload. I think at this point, I'm going to play the 1-3-1. So we're going to go back to the rosters. We're going to change our power play tactic. We'll see how it goes, how it looks in the first game. A little bit more movement. You can see we have lined up Trocheck on the blue line on the first power play with Ekblad. Just going to try and lay into it a little bit. And let's give it a go here. So, oops, I forgot. Strategy. Okay, so we got everything set up. Alright, so Tristan Jerry is going to start. We're going to just switch the goalies back and forth and try and keep an idea of who's playing better. Jerry, Comrie. That is, after all, what the preseason is for. Just taking a quick look at my forward lines here. Alright, so play a game here versus New Jersey. We are just kind of going to sim right through it. But just make a few notes. So we lost. Jerry loses the first game. Makes 32 saves. We only got 17 shots on goal. That's disappointing. So maybe we should change 32 shots on goal. Or he had 32 saves. Okay. Alright, you know what? If we want to generate more shots... Oh, we had 22 minutes in penalties. What happened? On interference. 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2. Oh, Ekblad had a 10-minute misconduct. Okay, that'll do it. Alright, tactics. We're going to change this. We are going to change to just shoot the puck. And we'll see how it goes. And okay, we get a little bit more balanced lineups here. Okay, we'll switch Comrie, put him in net for game 2. And we'll see how it goes. You also notice since the last one we've had a little bit of a change, and you will not see... Oh! Forgot to do that as well. Thank you for reminding me. So, trading camp development report, you can see we had a lot of guys go up. Tippett went up. He's 2.5 stars now. Awesome. Jake Bean is 1.5, but he's got to be pretty close to that 2-star range. Nobody else really took a big jump. But what I forgot to do was to set our captains. So we're going to do that right now before I forget. So we go to our roster, and you'll notice we have an assistant captain with Aaron Ekblad, and Trocheck is an assistant. If we look at our mental ratings, and professional is always good. Leadership is probably our number one. Team player, Pavel Datsuk, is by far and away probably going to be the best choice, so we're going to put him captain. Ekblad's actually fallen off a little bit. Trocheck's even a little bit further down, but it's actually pretty even, 15-15. So we could put Mazik in, but let's not put that pressure on him. Again, Nick Bustad could give it to him, but again, not a lot of point. Carlson's new. Let's just let him play, and I kind of like this. So we give our captaincy to the veteran Pavel Datsuk, and we'll send this game through against Pittsburgh, and we win the game, and Comrie makes 30 saves. We win in overtime. Awesome. So 3-1 game, we win. And Shinkarek is hurt. Alright. And he's hurt fairly bad, apparently. Alright, so we're going to put... McCann in for Shinkarek. And we will advance. So we are 1 win, 1 loss in the preseason. Another important thing to note, we were also at 42 contracts out of 50, so we're sitting pretty good there. Again, just going to make this change before I forget. Put Jerry back in net. And so development report as the AHL camp starts. And we can see everybody's going up, which is great to see. Now, I could have left all these guys on my roster, but what's the point? Oh, Samuel Montrembault has taken the next step. He's up to 1.5 stars. Interesting. Unfortunately, I still don't think he's quite going to want to be the guy here. I'd like him to continue to play in the minors. And if we kind of have a 2-tier back and forth system, that'll be pretty good. I'm going to take one quick check before look at free agents here. I'm going to filter, take off restricted. I just want to look at defensemen and anyone who is 23 and under. And see if there's anyone who we missed. And quick look says no. You may also notice we have a lot of E ratings, but some B ratings. So why is that? Let's just look at our scouting. We can see we have lots of scouts around. Everybody's got a good current job. Maybe just look at our finances here. We can see we still actually have a lot. We could add a few more scouts. So where are these free agents we're not having Okay, actually it looks like Europe was kind of that major thing. So let's maybe just go before we do anything else. Let's add a few more free agents. We're going to look at scouts. and scouting, and let's just look at regions. We'll grab a guy in Alberta just because we're right here, not paying him a huge amount. And British Columbia, because we can always use some good WHL players. And we'll add one more in Quebec. And we'll actually add a guy out in another guy out in the Maritimes. And then let's head to Europe. Europe at large. We'll add Andres Forsberg. And how about Matti Caro something? Alright, he's good. Maybe add a couple of Finnish scouts. Add another former USSR. Another guy in Gravelberg. Add another Czech scout. We have the ability and have the budget, so why don't we use it, huh? And maybe just add a couple more OHL guys. If we can scout as good as we can, why not? Let's add a scout in Saarland as well. I don't think we need to worry too much about Scotland. Myself. Stockholm, let's get it. Maybe one or two guys here. Basically, we just want to find guys who are good, above average or good. If you only get average, that's okay, but get the best guys you can if you can afford them. So I'll add a couple of Swedish scouts. Keep going. Grab one more WHL guy since we're going down here. And let's grab Nicholas Hanna for there as well. Also grab one more guy for Central Europe. Alright, so we've added a bunch more scouts. Scouting, just make sure they have jobs. AI assigned scouts. And one more check on our finance personnel. We'll stare. We're still under. Not by enough, so that's fine. So a trade has happened, a 4th round pick for Jacob Sediluk. Goalie's come over and is now playing in the ECHL. Alright. Nothing too else exciting there. right. Strategy. Okay, we do have Jerry back in net for this game versus Chicago. Just going to sim right through it, and we win. And Jerry gives up 2 goals. They're going to make this tough for us, isn't it? So 5-2, we get 30 shots on net. Excellent. Goalies are going to make it tough. That's fine. Good to have a little bit of a challenge on making a decision. Right now, it's probably going to be Comrie down in the ECHL. Or ECHL in the AHL. But, you know, we're protected in case we end up running into some injuries, so we don't have to make a hasty goaltending change. Let's put Comrie in net. Sim, and we lose. Comrie gives up 3 goals. Alright, so 3-2 loss. And Ekblad just gets hurt. Ooh. Sports hernia, gone for 3 weeks. Ouch. So let's put him on the injured list. And we're going to bring Connor Carrick and let him dress. And just do that because we don't want Connor Carrick playing power play. So 2 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals. They've given up the exact same amount of goals. They are going to make this very tough, apparently. We'd also wait and hope that maybe there's a slight change. Okay, so game versus Boston, game versus Dallas, quick trade. The rights to Xavier Berard, playing 18-year-old, 6'4" defenseman, playing with Drummondville for Matt Marchation. Interesting trade. All right, game versus Boston. We are going to let Jerry play this one. Simmed out, and he loses. We only get 16 shots on net. Ooh. And just looking here. So, who gives up 6 goals? Ouch. 1 for 27, 6 goals. Harsh. What if we brought up the other goalie who made it to 1.5 stars? Ooh. 3 goalies at 1.5 stars. That would be very interesting. Crosby has been hurt. He suffered dehydration. Could be gone for a little bit. And Riley Nash is gone for 6 months with a broken kneecap. Ouch. Painful. Comrie comes in for a game versus Dallas. Simmed out. And we give up 54 shots. Well, Comrie stood on his head, but he got destroyed. And we lose 5-0. And Calvin DeHaan is hurt. Boy, that stings. We're going to move him to the injured list. And this is why we got some reinforcements, right? Brought in some kind of 2-star guys. We don't have a lot of reinforcements, though, on defense. Defense is kind of where we are the shakiest of grounds. So we're going to have to watch. Waiver wire is going to be the most important for that. Checking to see who comes up on waivers for defense, because that's one area where we're definitely going to try and look and maybe grab 1, maybe 2 guys. The good news is we will have a high waiver claim anyways. Shinkarek is back soon. Good. So technically, Comrie has given up 1 less goal. And Maxim has converted to center. Alright, play a little bit of everything. Game versus Columbus. We will let Jerry play this. I don't know players. What? Oh, I must have. Okay, oops, forgot to do this. Okay, so Jake Bean is now on our first line of defense, which is a little scary. So Jerry's in net play, and we lose 3-2. Giving up 3 goals on 29 shots. Not a very strong start at all, but part of that is going to be getting to our new tactic of shoot the puck is affecting it some for sure. But the sooner we change, the better off we will probably be. That shouldn't be affecting our defensive play that badly, though. And we can always switch back. There's big scouting reports coming in. Wait a second. And we are flipping to a... so here we go. Okay, development report. And it's the NCAA guys and USHL have kicked out. Nobody really of too much note. Yakin Kondolik. We have him... He was our 94th overall pick. Alright. Oh, we could have sent him to the CHL. Oh, that's okay. If we had signed him. So, central scouting for this next year. Jack Hughes is looking to be the #1 pick. Which is, yeah, pretty much kind of what you think. So, players who need to clear waivers. Lots of the guys we did sign... which is fine. They should be able to be on waivers. You can see there's nobody here quite yet. We're also going to have to sneak one of the goalies down, so it looks like... I'm just going to pull up our schedule here. We are on to the regular season now, so looking at our stats, we're going to run with Jerry. We're going to send Comrie down. So that means he will also have to clear waivers. But he is on a 2-way deal. So we'll kind of see how this goes. All right. Decisions, huh? Jerry seems like the better choice right now. Comrie... Well, Comrie's going to have to deal, and we'll see where he goes in the AHL. Because we have two goalies who are both 1.5 stars. So, let us take a look at who is on waivers. So if we go to front office... Go to waivers. Great way to see it. We'll start by potential here for a second. Let's see if anyone really stands out. Oh, hey, it's the guys we signed. Brendan Leipzig is on waivers. Lots of the top guys are our guys. Alright. Alright, so let's just look at defensemen. Oh, so what's wrong with Samuel Moore? Ruptured disc day to day. Okay, 6'7" defenseman. He is hurt right now, but could actually on a 3-year deal. What is his contract? Very little. Okay, signed for $730,000. That's easy enough to swallow. Matt Donovan. Okay, even though Morin's hurt right now, we're going to claim him. And okay, I don't really care about all these wingers or the goalies, so we'll just look purely at the defensemen. And see if anyone else pops up really. Not particularly looking like there's anyone outstanding here who we have to have. John Merrill might not be a bad claim either. 26, 2 stars each way. Getting paid $935,000. Not a lot. But again, just gives us that little extra depth. Colin Miller. $1.1 million. No, I don't really want that contract. Alright, we're also going to put a claim in on what's Matt Donovan? Oh, Matt Donovan's only $585,000. 1.61. Okay, never mind. In the minors he's making that much. Okay. We're also going to put a claim in on then John Merrill, since he can play both sides. Which means we're also going to try and send down I was going to send down Borkstrand right now. And we're also going to send Olsen down. Knowing very well that we don't have a full lineup, but we're hoping he will be back. Better stick with us and we'll see how this goes. Looking at waiver claims, how much guys are getting paid is also very important. We've made that mistake multiple times. So we did, in fact, get Samuel Morin, and we got John Merrill. Both. So I'm very much like that. Coaches report on new players. Guys are adjusting, getting used to teams. Shudkurik is back. And I would highly doubt that we are mentioned anywhere here, but just taking a quick look. Okay, the Winnipeg Jets, of course, are being challenged with Pittsburgh, Toronto. Toronto featuring center John Tavares. Yes, that's right. Tavares ended up in Toronto and has bumped Austin Matthews off the list. Which is exactly what you'd expect. Alright, so players who need to be assigned numbers. Samuel Morin wants number 5. Well, he's not going to get it. You can have number 6, though. And he's a bit upset. John Merrill wants 7. Go ahead, man. It's your number. So, Morin's not quite ready to go. But that's okay. We will dress Merrill immediately. And if we redo the lines, we'll see Merrill comes in slotting at 7. I'm just going to change these minutes just a hair due to the players we have. We can see our tactic of shoot the puck is now up to 2, so we're getting a little bit more familiar with it. Looking at our power play tactic, the 1-3-1, up to 2 as well. Penalty killing, we're playing the box. I mean, that's pretty much what everyone kind of does. The only thing I guess we could do is go to like the aggressive box. But let's watch how many power play goals we give up, and we'll stick with the box for now. So, knowing this, we will move towards... Okay, wait a second, I forgot to look. Okay, so we still have 22 players on the roster, so we're sitting good. And overall, I feel just a little bit better about our team, especially with the defense on depth, even though we picked up a couple new contracts. We can also take a look at the free agents we have coming up. And we can see we have 14 players coming up. Mozikin we might resign. Datsu, maybe. Andrew Kopp's probably gone unless he develops a lot in the AHL. Our goaltender is coming along. 1.5 stars. Probably keep him, especially given that Luongo might retire. Hi Gudu, thanks for coming. Dennis Mulligan is 21 years old, still playing, 1.5 star, 2.5 star. What does he want right now? He's a restricted free agent. He wants $855,000. I think we could easily do that, but I kind of want to give him a 2-way contract. And we will just offer him $89,000 to be in the minors. Hopefully that kind of keeps him happy. Ask for response, and he's happy with that. Because right now I don't see him on this team unless he continues to develop. Alright. Players need to be assigned numbers. Mark Borwitzky wants number 47. Mark Borwitzky wants to change his number to 47. You know what? Yeah, go ahead. It's not that big of a deal. You're 29. You might not be on this team very long. All right, Guido, we made it through the preseason. We are a completely different looking team. We've changed some tactics. And Matt Hunwick is on waivers, as is Derek McKenzie. Both players don't really care that much about. Ekblad has started skating, and Samuel Morin is starting to get healthy. Alright, game versus Ottawa. Apparently we line up fairly good tactically, so this is Luongo's first game of the season. Let's kind of play this out. I forget if my volume is down low, so very fast with few highlights. Let's give it a play and see how it goes. They're out defensing us, but our power play is better than their. And it's 1-0. Ottawa's offense is better than our defense, and their power play is better than our penalty kill. That's disappointing. But good thing to note is our penalty kill there at 36. So maybe we should consider switching our penalty kill tactic. Metal 87 says, do you remember to put Shinkaruk back in the lineup? No, I left him out. I want to keep him out till he's healthy. 100% healthy. He's not quite there yet. 1-0 at the end of the first. We are out shooting them. And if you'll notice, Ottawa has Chris Drieger in net. They previously had... they traded away Craig Anderson last year. And Luongo gives up his second goal of the game. Third goal of the game. Man, Luongo, what are you doing to me? Oh, Luongo. 4-0. Okay, our penalty kill is getting destroyed, so we gotta switch something. Momentum is switched all the way to Ottawa. Ooh. getting some pressure, but we just can't. Very disappointing. -2s, -1s. Lose our first game 4-0 of the season. Ouch. All the goals were even strength. Okay, take it back. But our penalty kills have got to be better. We can't take that many penalties. So, right now, we're going to do this right now. Okay, Shinkirk is back, so... Whoa, McCann jumped to 2.5 stars. When did that happen? Huh, Shinkirk's not even coming back in the lineup if he's at 2.5 stars. Alright then. Good job, McCann. Okay, did not know that. Good to know. So, looking at our team then, let's look at our strategy. Let's look at penalty killing tactics. Let's switch then to... Should we move to the aggressive box or rotation? All right, let's go to aggressive box. And we'll see how that goes. So it looks like Morin is almost ready to go. We'll wait till he's perfectly healthy as well. Now I know Jeff is probably somehow watching this, and he's going, "Why are you changing tactics right now?" Well, it's the start of the year, which is the time when he would like us to do it. But you know what? We got to figure out what works best for us. Anyways. So, Morin is almost 100%. He's going to draw into the lineup rather quickly. And Connor Carrick will come out. I will probably actually send Connor Carrick down to the minors. And hopefully he keeps developing. And actually, I'm going to take a quick look at the minor team as well. Take a look at Springfield. Okay, Morin is ready. Awesome. So let's get roster. Let's get Morin in for... Oh man, John Merrill dropped to 1.5 stars. Disappointing. Well, that means Connor Carrick staying in the lineup. And he might get sent down. Morin gets in. Okay, so slight changes. Morin comes in on the 4th line. Good. Versus Carolina. Hopefully Luongo plays a little bit better in this game. You see our penalty kill right now is only 35. But we kind of knew that after we switched tactics. Barkov scores 1-0 for us. And then Skinner ties it up immediately. 2-1 Carolina. Darn it. Momentum is swinging back and forth wildly as shots keep going back and forth. Interesting first period. And Connor Carrick, knowing that his job is on the line, scores his first goal of the year to tie the game up 2-2. Takes a 3-2 lead. We have 31 shots throughout two periods, or not even through 2 periods. That's very good. 38 shots. "40 shots at the end of 2 periods, and we've only got 2 goals to speak of. That hurts." But I will say, we are missing Aaron Ekblad and Calvin DeHaan, 2 of our top defensemen. And it's 4-2. That's probably the game. We have 2 shots in the period. Disappointing. Disappointing. Moreland gives up another one. 5-2 loss. Ouch. I don't even know what to say on that. 42 shots on net to 44. Two shots in the final period. That just kills me. Looking at our tactics, 44 defensive game rating from Jake Bean is not great, but he's being put into a position where he's not being allowed to succeed. Connor Carrick, 42 defensive game rating. Huberdeau, 44. Tippett, 41. We really need Ekblad back. Two shots. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh is the only thing I can say. So how close are we to getting day-to-day for Calvin DeHaan and 1 to 2 weeks for Ekblad? Oh, man. Well, we're going to give Tristan Jarry the next start to see if he happens to spark anything. Matt Benning has signed in Edmonton. Unshocking. Let's create lines again just to make sure there's no adjustments need to be made. Let's give Jerry the start. We're just going to sim right through it. And we win. We only give up 14 shots. Jerry with the shutout, scoring 4 goals. All right. Yurko, Tippett, McGinn, and Datsuk with his first goal as a Florida Panther. Carrick keeps on putting up the points. He knows his job is on the line. Wrong button. And Samuel Morin has improved on right defense. Excellent. That's what you want to see. So 1-2-0 to start the year. Ryan Kessler has reached 600 points. Good for him. At 34 years of age, got 600 points. Good job. Done. What's really going to hurt us, what could hurt us a lot, would be if Luongo goes down for an extended period of time. Or if he retires at the end of the year. I mean, if he continues to decline, then we should let him retire. And here's hoping he does. He probably won't, but we might end up having to set him to the minors if he declines too much. Game versus Arizona. You know what? We had won the last game, so Jerry's going to start the 4th game, and we win 3-2. All right, good job, Jerry. Sergei Mozikin with the first start, 2 assists. Carlson assisted by Bean and Huberdeau. Tippett and Matheson score. Mozikin grabs 2 assists for a 2nd and 3rd of the year. Barkov with his first 2 assists of the year. Excellent game for us. 26 shots on net to 16 for them. And we're back at 500. Excellent. Excellent. Bufflin is struggling, which means we have a... This would be a new storyline. Attempting to justify his declining performance, Winnipeg defenseman Dustin Bufflin has been complaining that he feels no strength in his arms to anyone who will listen. Reportedly, one of the people not listening is his own team, who have been disappointed by the player's performance this season. Time will tell how this rebuke will sully the relationship between the team and the player, but it seems unlikely either side trusts the other fully at this time. Bufflin's morale has declined, his strength and loyalty have decreased. He's only had 1 goal in 4 games, 2 assists, and is a -3. Not very good. So Ben Hughes was claimed on waivers. And so we have Jonathan Ang, who's 20 years old and has signed in the FHL over there playing. So, you know, he's 1.5 half-star potential, 1.5-star player. Guy I wouldn't mind if he turned it around, but he's just hasn't done enough yet to make it worthwhile for us to spend or waste a lot of time. Give him a contract. Middle 87 in the chat says, goaltending controversy. Well, it's looking like Jerry was the right guy to stay up, that's for sure. We should maybe take a look, see how Springfield is doing. Their season should have kicked off by now. Take a look at how their lineup is. Calvin DeHaan is in. So game versus Vancouver and Edmonton. Vancouver was actually a surprise last year. We're going to let Jerry run it for his 3rd game in a row. And sim it out, and we lose. Getting shut out 4-0. Jerry gets 41 shots against, only making 37 saves. We get 22 shots on net. Not very good. Taking a quick look at our stats. Anyone noticeably bad? 45, 46 is... No, nobody noticeably bad. Like 40s is not good, but 30s is where you kind of really start getting concerned. And Voracek, ooh, suffered a torn actibular labrum. Yeah, 3 to 4 months. Okay, that should be more than day to day, unless his doctors are trying to hide the fact of how injured he is. Make a little note of that. And all right, Aleski Hemopatali. Playing a Swift Current, has some points. He was our 40th overall pick. That's correct. Awesome. Game versus Edmonton. Edmonton is 1-2-2 on the year. Pretty disappointing for them. We are going to let Longo go here, ride him, sim the game, and we win 4-1. Because they have Niemi in net. And good solid win for us. 4-win. They score the first goal and we score 4 unanswered. McGinn Tippett Bean with his first goal in his career. Assisted by Owen Tippett. Awesome. And Datsuk piles on the 4th goal in the 3rd period. 27 shots on net to 29. Kind of even out. That's okay. 22 minutes in penalties. That is not good. Who's racking up penalty minutes? 4 minutes for Jake Bean. 12 minutes. Pavel Datsuk. What did Datsuk do? He tripped a guy so hard he got a 10-minute misconduct. Wow. And continuing, Nicholas Hansen is on waivers, 1.5-star guy, not of interest to us. Andrew Cobb has 2 goals, 5 assists in the AHL and is converted to left wing. Awesome. And Calvin DeHaan is almost 100%. Game versus Calgary. Going to leave Luongo in net. Submit out, and we win 5-4. The stats are a little bit misleading because I was really confused when I see only 9 shots against. And I'm like, what? We lost? Oh, no, wait, we won. They pulled him. Luongo gives up 4 goals, but we hang on. Jake Bean has 3 assists. Love it for first star. Only 17 shots on net. We had a 3-0 lead and basically held on for dear life. Picked up 2 more goals in the second period. And they made it interesting for the final 2.5 minutes. But we win again. And we're still above 500. Even better. It's exactly what you want to see. Aaron Ekblad is almost ready. Calvin DeHaan is almost 100%. We are trending in the right direction. Calvin DeHaan is back, so let's get him to the active roster. And Ekblad will be back soon. So who is coming out? Looks like Connor Carrick is coming out. And Calvin DeHaan is in. Calvin DeHaan jumps up to the first defensive pairing. Play with John Carlson for right now, which I like. And, oh, huge trade. Henrik Lundqvist has been traded from the New York Rangers. He has gone to Vegas for James Neal. Neal had 57 points, including 40 goals last year for Vegas. So he stayed nice and hot. And this year he's off to 6 points in 7 games. Lundqvist at age 36 is down to a 3-star goalie, along with a 7th-round pick. That's a pretty even trade, all things considered. They actually put Lundqvist in the minors. Harsh. Okay, who does Vegas have in net? Marc-Andre Fleury and Calvin Pickard. And who do the Rangers have? Rangers have Jonathan Bernier and up-and-coming prospect Brandon Halverson. You got someone in the minors they're interested in too? AHL. They have the Hartford Wolfpack as their team. No, not really. That is a curious move by the Rangers. Alright, game versus LA. We're going to put Jerry in net for this one. Give Luongo the extra day off. And we lose, only getting 17 shots on net, but we still scored 4 goals. And Jerry gives up 5 goals on 27 shots. Down to 4 penalty minutes, which is better. But they scored on the power play. Stats keeps holding people. Maybe he's kind of lost his step. Oh, worst news is we hurt Drew Doughty, and he's done for pretty much the year. 6 months. Ouch. That's a rough game for LA. And we'll get to about the end of the month, and then we'll probably call it for today's stream. There is a very good chance we will be streaming tomorrow as well at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, game versus Tampa Bay. And Longo is in net. And we lose 3-0. Giving up an empty net goal, as you can see here, because Longo only has 2 goals against. Gets shut out. Ouch. We did hit 24 shots on net, but they got 39. 10 penalty minutes again. Marcheshin 2 minutes. Mozikin 2 minutes. Yurko, Carlson, Trocheck. Well, it was a 5-on-3 and we killed it off at least, but man, what are we doing taking this many penalties? Remind me before I go off, someone in the chat, because I know you're listening, to take a look at how some of our prospects are doing in the other leagues. CHL. Ekblad is back. Awesome. Awesome. So, to the active roster goes Ekblad, which means we are going to send down John Merrill. And so the question is, who is coming out? Oh, that Mike Matheson deal is going to kill us. Okay, Borwitzky is coming out. Have them redo this. And so, okay, I like this a little bit better. Good. Good, gives us a little more depth and helps line everything up. Now, we could lose a guy on waivers, but that's okay. If he's dropped to 1.5 stars, that was rather quick. We must have not had a great scouting report on him. It's the only reasonable explanation. I thought it was an A though, but maybe it wasn't. I'll have to go back and look, but it doesn't matter. Could update it as soon as we get Aaron Ekblad is officially back. Well, he is going to play game versus Toronto. We are going to start Jerry in for this one. So back-to-back games. Play and we lose 3-1. Brian Elliott is playing. That hurts. 25 shots for them, 35 for us. We took 16 minutes in penalties. What? Yurko had a 10-minute misconduct. Okay. Again, we're not playing terrible. And there's Samuel Morin gets listed as day-to-day injury, so that means Borwitzky gets back in. Marco Dano has 4 goals in 15 minutes of ice time. Very impressive. 4 goals. He has half the amount of goals he had last year in 1 game. All right, Loa. Accidentally hit clear lines. Does not help anyone sim this game. And we lose versus New Jersey 4-2 because apparently we're going to lose all our games to New Jersey. And we're 4-7 on the year now. Again, part of this is probably due to the new tactic, but we also still have some young guys. And we have our first firings of the year. Joe Sakic has been fired by Colorado. Bruce Hamilton replaces him. And Brian Elliott is immediately traded to the New York Rangers, which I guess makes sense since they traded away Luongo. Luongo, that is not correct since they traded away Lundqvist. Lundqvist is the name. They both start with L, but they are completely different goalies. And Jake McCabe is out for 4 months with a fractured knee. Ouch. That is painful. And one of our top prospects, Philip Khrushchev, has 5 points in 25 minutes of ice time in the 11-3 rout of Quebec. So in 11 games, he has 18 points. Awesome. That's what you like to see. Game versus Arizona, who is one of the worst teams in the league. We're going to put Jerry back in net for this. Kind of just going to keep rotating them back and forth. And he gets a shutout. And we win 3-0. Jamie McGinn has 2 goals. Jared McCann picks up the third one. Really, second one, but picks up the other goal. And one of them was on the power play. And Sergei Mozikin has been hurt, and he's out for 8 days. With an eye injury. Ouch. I'm just going to put him on the injured list for now. We're not going to bring up anybody. I guess Shinkarek gets back in the game. And create lines because we do not want him playing top line minutes. And we can see a few more injuries. Chris Letang has been hurt for 6 months, gone for most of the year. Which seems about right for Chris Letang because he tends to get injured for significant periods of time. Samuel Morin is back soon. Guess he's stopped being injured, so that's cool. It's Halloween. Halloween. So, NHL announces his players of the month. It was Steven Stamkos and goaltender Michael Neuwirth with Philadelphia. Awesome. Development reports. Nobody's going down. That's what I like to see. Comrie's played in 7 games. Alright. Jerry's played in 6. I don't often see a huge amount of difference here, but I always just like going across to see. Alright, Montembeault has played in 5 games, like seeing that. So they're splitting the ice, or splitting the time. Nicholas Bowden with Drummondville in Quebec has up to a one-star defenseman. Actually, I think he was a one-star defenseman. We had him on the team at one point for a short time. 16 games played, 14 points. Awesome. Jeremy Grulin has 11 games played, 3 points. Not bad for a defenseman. Nando Eggenberger, half-star talent, 2.5-star potential. In 15 QMJHL games, he has 24 points. Awesome. Here's hoping he could do some big damage. And just continuing to look here. Guys continuing to improve. Everything you like to see. So we got to see a lot of how our rookies are doing. Taking a quick look at the standings before we log off. You can see we're actually in 7th place in our division. Just 2 points back of 6th, 3 points back of 5th, and only 6 points back of actually being in 3rd. 8 points back in total being in 1st. We're not out of this by any means, but we are going to have to get some turnaround here. Overall in the league, if we look, we are sitting actually in 21st place. So that is a drastic improvement over last year. 28 points, and we're only at a -7 goal differential. I would say I'm pretty happy with that. Take a quick look at stats leaders. And we can see shots blocked. John Carlson, 48 shots blocked. Love it. Quick look across. I don't see any other Florida Panthers poking out. Take a quick look at goalie leaders. And Tristan Jerry is number 3 with 2 shutouts. Tied for number 3 with a decent amount of people on 2 shutouts, including Markstrom, Price, and Schneider. Other than that, nothing. So, alright, thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments, although occasionally we do other fun streams like this. You can find out when we do these streams by following us on our Twitter page, which is @FranchiseHockey. And I'll often put up polls to ask when people think I should do some extra streams, including we might do another stream tomorrow. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchisehockeymanager. You can find all of our videos archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. Or if you want to come talk to us about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, or MLB Manager, which is currently on sale, you can go to ootpdevelopments.com, click on the community button in the top right hand corner, and that'll bring you to our official forums where you can talk about Out of the Park Baseball, Franchise Hockey Manager, MLB Manager, or anything else you wish to discuss. We also have a Franchise Hockey Manager Discord, which you are free to join, which is linked to in our forums and should be on our Twitter page as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all again next week.